guests here this evening, our friends Ron and Jodie. So welcome, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Having us.
Happy to have you here. So we are making some meatloaf today. So that's a nice classic. You get to see my take on it. It's not really any different, but we'll be doing these like baked, grated cheesy potatoes. I don't know, it sounded good, so I'm just going to give it a whirl. And we're finally have some fresh vegetables coming around versus storage crops. So we are going to be doing some breakfast radishes with the tops on, and we're going to be sauteing those in some garlic and spring onion, and yeah, so super excited. But we will get started here and get this meatloaf together so we can get that baking. But yeah.
I was so excited to finally go to the farmer's market yesterday.
Yeah. It's just nice to have.
There's something very Colorado about it snowing.
Yeah. It was right on cue. It's been like 70 degrees every day for the last like 2 weeks, but we got to put some snow in for the first market. It's all right. I think it helped the farmers get some good veggies out of the ground, so.
Yeah, an excuse to pick what had some green on it.
Yeah.
We were talking about a couple weeks ago how when things freeze, they get sweeter. So it's very nice.
Giving another chance to get that in before it gets really hot.
It'll be 80 this weekend.
Great.
Because that's
Normal.
Hey, I like that over 28.
I'm just really hoping that we're not going to get any late freezes on the western slopes.
Pray
Fingers
for the
crossed
peaches.
For them, yes. Pray for the peaches and the cherries and the apricots and the wine. All the things.
so 2 pounds pork and 2 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making a little extra because I love meatloaf, so I want leftovers.
Of course, meatloaf sandwiches tomorrow.
Sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
Which was really nice running into you at the farmer's market because I was going to make meatloaf.
Did you not?
I know, when you told me that, I was like, shit.
I figured you were just going to do it anyway, but
No, that's a lot of meatloaf. Even for me.
Yeah.
No, I made this really. Potatoes in the pot is yummy. But that's not what the show's about.
Sorry, we're talking food.
cool. So I've got a fresh loaf here. If you have leftover, either way. I just like using bread. If you have breadcrumbs, you can use breadcrumbs. Whatever you have. I mean, if you don't have bread or breadcrumbs, you can even do flour. This is the panade. It's going to make the meatloaf tender.
So what is panade?
Panade it's a mixture of bread and milk. And if you have a dairy allergy, you could always just maybe do a little water or something. You kind of don't want to just put bread without moisture in something because it'll soak up the moisture that's in it. And you kind of don't want to take away from that.
So could you use something like stock too that has like
Yeah.
more flavor in it?
Sure, that makes more sense.
So I usually use milk for my meatballs.
Let's do it for this.
Is that like classic Italian? Is that like an Italian term, panade? Or is that French? Sounds French.
Sounds French to me, but hey, you know what? It's the same process for meatballs, all that. So we're gonna take a cup. It's a cup, basically. Once you compress it, you want about a cup of bread for 4 pounds of meat and a cup of milk, and then
Brian said hello, everyone. He said he hopes everyone's been having a fantastic weekend.
Hello.
Brian.
That's Patrick's brother.
How long do you let the breadcrumbs sit in the milk?
Oh, I don't.
Just quick, just all together?
I'm just
Okay,
gonna mix it
gotcha.
all together.
Okay.
Your reference is the way I make meatballs.
I know. You're doing it wrong.
No, I just
Okay.
I'm just not worried about it. So just to make sure I have enough, I'm gonna I'm gonna press this in here. I hate being short. I'm gonna add a little more because it's not quite there.
It's hard with those higher hydration breads. They're nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the bread from?
This is from Moxie.
Moxie, did you get it to market yesterday?
Yeah.
What type of loaf?
This is their
Country loaf.
California farmhouse loaf, I think.
Farmhouse.
So,
A little turkey red.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love having all those heirloom greens.
They're gonna do so well.
Yeah. So excited to see Moxie at the Longmont Farmers Market.
Yes, me
And
too.
Haken Cider was there too. Another favorite.
Where'd you get your breakfast radishes from? Oh, guess we'll get to that later.
Rough and ready.
Oh,
You had to ruin it. You ruined the surprise.
I did.
Dave and Laura
Yes.
just had triplets not too long.
They had
Oh my
twins.
gosh.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
twins?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Either
still,
way, that's a lot of babies
Yeah.
at once.
But you know, that's one way to make twins sound better is you say triplets and people are like, what? No, only
it's really
twins.
just-
Oh, okay. That's much better.
hey Patrick, can I see that cream that you just put back in? I just want to see the label.
Oh, this milk?
Yeah, the milk.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one before.
I don't know where that's from.
Whole Foods.
It's rock certified.
Cool. So,
Sort of. Yep.
if you have fresh
Cool.
thyme, use that. I didn't realize we were out, so I'm going to use the dried that I have. It's still really good. It's in a Ziploc bag, so it was freshly dried at some point.
Some of that Colorado thyme.
Yeah.
I think that came from New Mexico, actually, but
Oh, this is New Mexico.
yeah.
Mm.
One of our staff members gave it to us around Christmas, I think.
So you like break it up into like a powder almost?
No, I was just ooh. Ooh, I ground something else in here earlier. I was just there's some stems. I was seeing if I could break them up so I didn't really have to worry about it. But you know what? Bakes into
all
the
good.
meatloaf. It's gonna be great.
Fiber.
They're not too woody. I can chew on them. All right, so a little thyme, and then I have a little leftover parsley from a while back, so I'm just gonna chop a little up and add it.
How much time did you put in there?
About 2 tablespoons of thyme.
Okay.
And if you don't have fresh parsley, dried parsley,
Sure, a little parsley flakes.
so does it have a stronger flavor when it's dry?
It's not stronger. It just can be since it's dried, if you're going by volume, it's like smaller, so you'd want to make sure you use less, I guess.
Gotcha.
Right. Cool. We're going to do some salt. And I'm going to taste this before we cook it. I'm going to get this oven going too.
Can I eat it raw?
We could, honestly, with the Buckner's meat.
Not when you taste it, yeah, you just.
Oh no, I'll sear a little piece out.
This is trick to making sure that it's good before you won't go and bake the whole thing. and
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
That's
That's where
amazing.
the finishing salt comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tasting your food as you go is a smart idea.
What do you
So-
got on there now?
We're doing pepper.
Black pepper?
Yeah, the white pepper will be for the potatoes.
I just know you're a big fan of white pepper, so I had to ask.
Fresh pepper.
And I have a pink pepper too, like a red pepper.
Oh, it's so
Like the
good.
yeah.
I love pink peppercorns. I actually
Cool.
use them in dessert too, because they're kind of sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yum.
Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to mix this up by hand. If you have a stand mixer, you could paddle it together. Whatever.
Or my husband does it for me because I don't like to touch raw meat. Like, it's
Sounds
your
like
turn. So you know what I'm saying.
I
So-
do the exact same thing to him.
No egg in there, Patrick, huh?
No eggs.
Oh, so tell me why, because I usually put eggs in mine.
No, I just don't. I usually just do the panade.
Okay.
You can put the egg in.
But
Just
it-
another thing to help break down the meat protein to make it tender.
So I thought the egg was put in because it's a binder, but it looks like the bread will be a binder, right?
No, the
Bread
meat
makes
itself
sense.
is the binder.
Okay.
What the purpose of like adding the egg or the bread and the milk is to kind of help add something other than the meat proteins to make it kind of like almost acts like a barrier to help it be more tender, I guess is the best term.
Okay.
I should have went with my gut.
And Jody, you put vegetables in yours too, right? Don't you?
Yeah, we're gonna do carrot and onion.
Oh, you are, okay. And you put that in raw and it just cooks in there? Or do you
Yeah,
saute it
so
first?
you could pre-season it, but it's gonna be fine. Like I'm just gonna dice it small and throw it in.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ask you if, so you would never put ground lamb in a meatloaf like this.
Sure, why not?
That's okay. Would you ever put ground lamb in a meatloaf like this?
Sure,
Because it's a little
sure.
bit more like.
It can be, yeah. But
So how would you do the ratio then, if you want?
I mean, what, a pound of beef or a pound of lamb and then a couple pounds of beef? Or,
Okay. Would you do all three?
Sure. I'd be into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to change your spices up a little bit, huh?
So I,
You're not really spicing
You
it
really
up.
are a chef. You're like very elusive.
I
In
just,
your answers.
Just Patrick.
Oh, that too.
I'm just cool with making good stuff. I typically will keep it simple, so I usually will serve meatloaf with brown gravy, and also this time I'm putting the like ketchup and vinegar over top to bake it because I want to add some acidity because we're doing a really rich, like shredded cheesy potato thing
Okay.
to go with it. So
Yeah, you definitely don't want more like gravy, and then you're doing butter sauteed radishes, so
Yeah,
you got to
just-
break it up a little.
So we're doing the little like ketchup with the little sugar and vinegar to kind of
Okay.
balance out the
I love that.
dish, so.
Yeah.
Would lamb make it more more rich or lighter?
It wouldn't. It's gonna just change the overall like
So try it in other words.
flavor. It'll add a little more
Lamb
funky
flavor.
to it, but
There it is. That's the word. That was what I was hoping you would say.
Funky.
it'll
Okay.
still be really good.
I want to get rid of that funk and like, not get rid of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm tasting. I took a little piece and I'm gonna lightly sear it and taste it.
You got the wrong burner on.
I hate these burners so much. 20 years of cooking in a commercial kitchen, and the front burner is the right knob. I do it all the time.
Yeah. We can fix that. We can move them.
Not right now.
It's great on the left side. The front burner's on the right. Anyway,
Rufus knows you have meat. You can even check it
Yeah.
out.
I hear him
Wow.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog will be in his crate all the way downstairs in the other room of the house, and I will open a bag of meat.
I'm probably
I
gonna
would
open
too.
more panade. I knew I should have went with my gut on that.
You're gonna need more panade.
I think so. So if you're making
do you
this
know
at
this?
home, if you're making this at home
Can
with
you-
2 pounds of meat, I would do the cup
Hey, can
Of
you do that with your
bread.
piece?
peeling the carrot. No. It's really dirty. I didn't want it on the cutting board.
Okay.
2 cups.
For 4 pounds of meat, yeah, I think so. I'm just starting to small dice these while I'm waiting for my pan to heat up so I can taste for salt.
What's small dice for this? How big is that?
Brunoise,
Okay.
pretty much. It's
You're giving me more chef terms. Tell me like I don't know what you're talking about.
what is this? 1/8 of an inch?
Okay.
It's about right.
I don't know. Where are we at? Up top?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make them relatively small so they cook up nice without having to pre-cook them. So I did one kind of like large carrot,
Okay.
and I'm going to do a half of a large onion.
Beautiful dice.
So
So no celery, huh?
well, I couldn't get it seasonally, or I would put it in.
Normally
there.
you would. So is that a mirepoix?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I just can't get it yet.
Any
So,
other vegetables you sub in there sometimes, like mushrooms or anything?
Not. If I do mushrooms, I'll typically just put it in the gravy. If I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I do
I
love
don't-
mushroom gravy.
I usually leave this so super simple. The meatloaf. I love simple.
Shankini said, but also teach her all the chef terms so she can impress everybody.
It's all the French stuff.
Yeah, I just don't want you to nerd out too hard without explaining it to us.
Yeah. Ooh.
What was the ooh for?
The light wasn't on.
Oh. Ooh.
So you're gonna use that whole carrot?
Yeah. Use the whole carrot. I mean, we do have 4 pounds of ground in his bowl, so
Uh-huh.
I love carrots.
they have a nice flavor to it.
Yeah.
And Ron was on carrot duty last night for the dish that we made, and I told him that your trick with overwintered carrots and how you do peel them because they're a little woody and they're super sweet on the inside.
Yeah, the skins just get harder on those. Once we start getting spring carrots, they'll be super tender and you don't have to worry about peeling anymore.
Yeah, it's just the curing process for the storage stuff.
I think that's the thing I'm going to miss the most about furrow, other than you. We're also saving a lot of money, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But like that spring menu that you created was just awesome because you could just see a new life in.
Yeah, you're like,
Everything.
here it is. Here's the season.
That's the. You know, it's
Sprouts.
full on spring when like the asparagus starts, and you know all the radishes, all the rhubarb, all the.
And I buy celeriac yesterday. Okay,
So good.
but how spring is that?
That's from November.
That was yeah, with that spoon. But I was like, I felt like celeriac mashed potatoes.
Yeah, definitely.
When it was
brightens
when
up.
it was
But it
as
was
cold
really
as it
cold.
was, yeah.
Oh, it was the perfect.
I didn't
thing.
even see the breakfast radish because those are my favorite.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else had breakfast radishes, did they? Those just
That
all
wouldn't
Easter egg
surprise me.
radishes.
I don't know. I saw them at Rough and Ready, and they had a very limited amount, and I went there immediately. So
Yeah, they grow wonderful vegetables.
yeah,
So you're dicing the onion the same as the carrots?
yes,
So it
Same
cooks
size.
consistently.
yep.
Your little meatloaf patty over there smells really good.
Does.
Honestly, surprised Rufus hasn't come to visit you yet.
You give him good activity,
Yeah.
so he's
Cool.
busy.
He's
Onion.
entertained.
Good amount of volume of vegetables in there. I like that.
Yeah,
You pull that.
we're
over.
adding some flavor. Right.
Thank
Oh,
you.
there you go. Cool. It's pretty good, y'all.
Seasoned.
I'm supposed to open my mouth. Thank
I was
you.
gonna say,
Oh.
what are you doing, like hibachi grill over here?
Just start throwing stuff. You want a bite?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
delicious.
don't throw anything
You
at me
want a
right
bite?
now.
Handing out food.
So
Oh,
like
that's delicious.
tender and moist, and yeah, great seasoning.
Cool.
Doesn't hurt when you start with really good meat.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw the rest of this bread in though that I cut.
And this is the, no, I was gonna say something else.
You're on camera
Yeah.
and mic'd up.
Our friends Clint and Mary Kay Buckner.
Yep. Two of the most fantastic people in the world.
Yes.
And their children are amazing too.
Yes.
Brian wants to know about bread. Brian, for making your own starter, it's really not hard. You just have to be patient with it. It'll take about 7 days for it to like fully kind of get into a good rhythm where it's like active and strong enough to function in a full loaf of bread. I recommend the book Flour, Water, Salt, Yeast if you haven't baked bread before. I would say that's probably one of the most comprehensive beginner books out there. Because there's so many different options for how you can go about using sourdough starter. You can do 100% sourdough starter as your leavener, or you can do a hybrid mix where it kind of flavors it, but it's not the entire thing. So it's that could probably be its own show. Right
I was just
now,
gonna
if we wanna
say,
go into that.
Yeah, so Lisa's told me that exact thing, and it's still not sitting.
Yeah.
And I opened my fridge yesterday. I'm like, oh, the sourdough starter. I need to feed it, and I closed my fridge
Yep.
at the exact same time. So it really is an art and it's a dedication. And I do think a whole session on you talking about sourdough and dispelling that challenge belief that, you know, what does it look like? I can save mine for when you do this so you can see how it shouldn't look.
Yeah.
I can be that person.
Yeah.
And then just kind of the different stages because and not only having the starter, that's great, but like, how do I use it?
Yeah.
Like, how do I make the bread? Like, what's the portion? So
I just
I did
follow
not get into
recipes
that
for
during
that.
COVID.
I got into it long before COVID started. I think every winter, really, I kind of go on another journey down
Yeah,
the
it's nice to have the oven running for hours.
bread
on
rabbit
end.
hole, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting at the tail end of that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, it does snow here in the spring, so maybe it's
That's
those
fair.
spring
Yeah.
days.
I know I might have been a little premature in tossing my starter the other day, but I just don't feel like taking care of it anymore. I'll start a new one when I'm ready to.
Have you seen that thing on Instagram where there's a place that takes care of your sourdough starter while you're on vacation?
That's
Oh, wait.
I
hilarious.
that
sent
was a
that to
thing.
Moxie. I
Wow.
sent that to Laura at Moxie. I'm like, well, Laura, I think you guys need to do this.
New
You can just
service
throw
for
it in your
you.
fridge though.
Because Moxie will give you starters
Yeah.
That
whenever
has
you
to be a
ask.
joke, right?
No, it's not
No,
a joke.
really?
They dry it out and they flatten it like a piece of paper, and they will take care of your
Alright.
your starter.
So this is thoroughly
smells
mixed, and we've got all the
Looks amazing.
It's all good. So we're gonna form it, make the famous meat slug.
So free form, not in a bread pan or
Free
anything.
form.
Yeah.
That was a very 80s thing. I remember my mom doing that.
Really?
Did your mom
In the
put it
bread
in a
thing,
pan?
yeah.
It was, yeah, my mom always made it in a bread pan. I don't ever remember not having it in a pan until I met this one.
Right, so that's,
I like it out of the pan, just more surface area for the ketchup and
And like
everything else.
caramelizing and getting texture, like a crust on the
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
Yes.
So I shaped it in the bowl just to make it easier. A little. Kind of.
Man, look at that thing. Looks like a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Loaf
see,
of
I think
bread.
the key there is
Wow.
shaping it in the bowl first. See, I would have tried to do it on the parchment and it would all squishy and
Gotten
crackly.
stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
This is pretty glorious.
It is beautiful.
Can you push that up a little bit on your board?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
we're good
towards
there.
me. Thanks.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's
Gorgeous.
fantastic.
Cool. So, we're gonna let this sit. Well, do any damage. We'll leave it out. Honestly, it'll help cook a little faster.
Just bringing it up to temp, is that
Well,
it?
I'm gonna whisk together the ketchup and stuff, and then we'll
Oh, you're just gonna go
we'll
all over
glaze it, and then
that translated well in the mic.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Lovely.
ketchup.
Hi.
Spoiled this one.
Rufus, he's a good dog.
He is spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why, and he's adorable. He should be.
Hey,
Oh.
Oh, we get that too.
we're not gonna do that right now.
All right. We're just gonna do. It's about half cup of ketchup.
Move it more towards the center of the frame. Thank you, Patrick.
About a quarter
Because I'm
cup.
watching both.
Quarter cup of vinegar and a quarter cup of sugar.
So I have a question about apple cider vinegar. So
Yeah.
I buy it and I don't use it as religiously as I should and want to. And I see yours has a bunch of sediment in the bottom, which is really good. But you didn't shake it before you used it. Did you shake it before you used it?
Nope.
So I usually shake it. So is there a difference? Like,
Well, so that's kind of like I don't really shake it. It gets stirred up a little, but you could take this and use it as a starter to make vinegar.
oh really?
Yeah.
I've got a lot of starter then.
It's kind of it's not necessary. It's not a full-on mother, but it's that same
So
kind
you
of.
just
almost
like
like
would put it in
kombucha.
cheesecloth or something like that to get that starter out?
No, you just
Shave a little bit, yeah.
Cool.
save a little. That's how we started our vinegars at Faro. I used a little bit of Bragg's, and then after that, it started growing.
I
It looked
agree
like,
with Brian.
Looked like a kombucha mother. After we started making
Oh, a big
vinegars.
SCOBY? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian said meatloaf sandwiches are his favorite for leftover meatloaf.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Nice.
I would make a meatloaf just
Hey,
for
can
the
you do that on
sandwiches.
the cutting board where I can see it?
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Sorry, I just
It's okay. I know you're over there in the corner working by yourself.
making food. So, it's essentially like putting barbecue sauce almost on top. I mean, this isn't exactly that, but
Because you don't have like garlic powder and some of those other flavors you would get with barbecue.
no. So when I make barbecue, it's equal parts ketchup, vinegar, sugar, and black pepper. That's all I use in it. But this isn't equal parts. I don't want it to be like as sweet
So
or
what is that sugar you're using?
it's an organic cane sugar.
Okay. Would like sugar in the raw be similar to that if they can't find organic cane sugar?
Or just white sugar.
White
Yeah.
sugar? Okay. Don't get too fancy.
No.
No.
So cool. Here we go. We're gonna put this in
That
the
is
oven.
fantastic. That must weigh like 4 pounds.
It's a little over, but 400. We're gonna throw it in. I'm going off to one side so I have room for my other pan that we're gonna have for the potatoes, which we're gonna start now. Cool.
400 for how long?
Until it's done.
Thanks.
That's a
I'm
chef
hoping-
answer.
I'm hoping 40. Hoping like 40 minutes.
So you'll put a thermometer in it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I temp everything,
Okay.
but
He doesn't live without his thermometer.
'Cause
I
you
also
don't, like,
don't use timers usually. So
you don't like to make people sick.
yeah.
Well, the problem with giving people times too is everyone's oven might cook differently.
For sure.
You know, so
Yeah,
like having
yeah.
visual cues and knowing when it's done or like a temperature helps. Or in this case, he's cooking for the 4 of us. Well, probably even more than that. That was a
This-
big meatloaf.
I wanted leftovers.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of leftovers.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It looks
We
pretty
do
good.
have a 17-year-old that was
You know.
going to join us,
Yeah.
but he had prom last night.
He still made a lot of food.
Yeah, I did calculate for a fifth, so as well, but it's okay.
Literally, he woke up when we left.
Nice.
We got home
Remember
at
those days.
5 in the morning. Prom.
Yeah.
So potatoes, I'm using russets for this. You know, if you happen to have a different kind around, go for it. But I like the, what?
Center of the board, please.
I just like these for this. They have a little extra starch in them over Yukons or the red potatoes.
So if you slice them and you soak them, that'll take some of the starch out of it?
Yes.
Okay. But you're
So-
not going to do that?
So something like hash browns,
Mm-hmm.
I'd grate them and then rinse them really well. But for this, I'm going to grate them, but I'm not going to rinse them.
Do you also peel them for hash browns as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, especially with russets, you probably don't usually eat the skins on those, right? They're kind of thicker.
This like the ones you get, like all potatoes, if they're dug fresh out of the ground, these skins are so thin and tender.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like every other vegetable as it cures.
Did you get those at the farmer's
They
market
get
yesterday?
harder.
These are from Strohauer Farm.
Hmm.
They're kind of up near Fort Collins.
Nice.
They grow potatoes galore,
Oh, really? I'd like to know more.
but they're big. Like, have you ever heard of I think it's Ungenberger,
Mm-hmm.
the carrot?
Mm-hmm.
So they're up kind of near that.
Oh,
but they do
that's
potatoes.
that's closer to Greeley.
Yeah, it's like between Fort Collins and Greeley or
Hoffman
something.
Farms is a smaller farm, family farm, and they're amazing. And they're right by the baby carrot people and the onion people and the umburger people.
But it's great because I can go, like when I had the restaurant, I would go to Whole Foods just to get the Ungenberger carrots when they were in season because they were like $3 a pound. And I would use them to make soup. And they're still really good. They're organic, really sweet. We'd use them to make soups and stuff, or I'd buy them up while they were in season.
Now, do you use those scraps for anything?
Potato skins? No. Compost.
Okay.
Do you have any fun tool to grate them, or you just hit them on a grater?
I'm going to grate them by hand. You can use a food processor if you have it available. I just don't know what everybody's got available.
Right.
I'd give everybody a chance to catch up to you chopping stuff fast anyway.
That is true. I'd still be mixing the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that going because it's going to take a while, I think.
How long will the potatoes take?
I'm hoping about the same time as the meat.
Okay. Till they're done.
We'll, we'll see when they're nice and bubbling and kind of golden brown on top. I haven't made these before, so I don't know. It's kind of like the ingredients of a gratin without having to like
Just do the thin
finely slice
Yeah.
everything, and
Mandolin always makes me nervous.
you have. That's the number one cause of injury in a kitchen.
I believe it. I have good instincts.
I watch people hurt themselves really bad with those things.
I mean, I've
before.
taken the tops of my fingers off.
I did a good job on my knuckle.
Yeah.
Now we have this little glove.
Oh,
You
cut
got
glove?
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, I love the cut gloves.
I think you guys gave that to me for my birthday after I cut myself on Christmas.
No, you gave it to me
I'll give it to you.
because I would not have bought that.
It's making sure that you don't do it to yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think our son has ever used a mandolin since cutting his finger when he was like 5.
Whoa,
Dude, when they were doing the what was it, the fermenting class, and everybody had mandolins, I was like, oh,
But everyone was good. Everyone was good.
I know.
Oh, I saw some knife skills in there that made me cringe though. I was like,
Oh man. That's why all classes to start with a nice skill.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
how you hold the
that's a
knife.
Great idea. For what we're doing today, here's
It
how.
was on the run of show.
Please don't cut your fingers off.
That was a lot more than I was expecting.
Nice. This is going pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah.
Are there some spring onions I spy in the corner over there?
Oh yeah.
I mean, tell me about spring onions.
Spring onions.
Usually come out in the spring.
Why do you love them so much?
I just love them because they're green. I mean, they're just great.
A little sweeter, not as snappy and spicy, or
I mean, usually not as intense, right?
They don't make you cry while you're
No.
chopping them.
So I store mine in a ball jar like I would for flowers.
Oh,
How do
nice.
you store yours?
Just in the fridge. But
well,
we
you
use
them very quickly, don't you?
Yeah,
See, I don't use mine so quickly.
they don't last. I mean, once they start coming in, I'll put them in everything, and I won't buy the onions with the cured onions again until spring onions are gone in like 3 months. So
Yeah.
so. What kind of cheese you got there?
Gruyere,
Gruyere, nice.
a good choice.
Looks like a nice aged one.
Just 5 months, so
Okay.
nothing
Not
crazy.
You have a
Alright.
trick for not grating your fingers?
Just be careful.
That's it.
Throw out the nubs.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what you're doing.
I mean, I've grated my fingers before. That hurts.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
No, and it's a scar that does not heal quickly.
No.
All right, wait, we need that for cheese. So, I honestly might try to squeeze some of the water out.
So how do you squeeze the water out? Just with your hands?
Just afraid it'll be too moist in the end, or
Just to get, they're so finely shredded.
yeah.
You know, when they start to cooking,
Oh, gotcha.
Like-
in oil or something. It'll,
we just, this will add so much more liquid to it, and I think it'll speed it up a little.
And if this is what my grandmother taught me because she was not super strong, she would use a colander and she would push
Oh, yeah.
down with a
You
paper
could-
towel to try and get that water
If
out.
you have like linen napkins, you could like kind of wring them out,
Oh,
little, put them in it, and,
nice.
but
Colander sounds easy.
you just want something that's lint free.
Lint free.
You don't
Yeah.
want a bunch of lint in your.
Like-
No,
Maybe you
that
do.
sounds
It's,
terrible.
yeah,
No,
that's-
that's not wrong.
This is interesting texture here. And this pattern, this
Kind of
floral
fuzzy.
pattern.
Blue? I didn't realize you were cooking with blue.
Cool. So a little moisture. I didn't rinse them. I want the starch in them. Kind of be the glue. And then we'll add the cream, and I'll grate some cheese in here really quick.
So this is kind of like gratin,
Yeah.
but like,
But hash
Less
browns.
fussy?
It's a hash brown gratin.
Hash gratin.
I don't know. I've never made it.
I'm
Sounded
not-
good.
never upset with potatoes and
Cheese.
Yeah, it's,
It's kind of what I kind of made last night as well.
put some onions
Really?
in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a.
It'll be good for breakfast burritos.
Jodie was channeling her second day of eating it.
Yeah. No, my son.
We're using some heavy cream from Longmont Dairy.
So what was your ratio there? It seemed like a lot of cream.
Yeah, that's like. It's probably like 10 ounces. Maybe a little more.
I
About
mean,
half
like,
then?
if I'm looking at volume of cheese to cream.
Almost.
Well, it wasn't 50-50, no.
You want it similar,
Yeah? Okay.
but there's definitely a little more cream in this
Okay.
than. This is about 6 ounces of cheese. By volume, if it's shredded, it'd probably be about the same by volume.
Okay.
And you're using Gruyere because it's got a nice sharpness and
It's just classic
so good.
with potatoes.
Potatoes are always a welcome mix.
So sometimes I add Fontina.
Fontina's great.
With my Gruyere because I like the stringiness of it.
Yeah,
Could do raclette too, huh?
raclette.
Oh, I love raclette.
Name a cheese.
Swiss.
Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful.
Well, Gruyere is a little bit like Swiss, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. I love Swiss cheese.
And
No one
the
in my family likes it.
EMM one that I can never pronounce.
The Montpellier.
Thank you. Say that one more time for the crowd.
I
The
don't know if I
Montpellier.
said it 100% right. A Montpellier.
Throw in the white pepper now.
Because that's a classic raclette, I think.
So a good amount of pepper, huh?
Oh yeah.
You want that in there and
That's like a tablespoon, maybe?
biting back at you
Probably. When he's done, by the time he's done with it.
like a gallon.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He loves white pepper, and especially that fermented white pepper from Burlap Barrel.
Yeah, it's so
His
good.
jam. It's just funky, and it's like I feel like it would complement the cheese and the potatoes both really well.
Nice.
Nice.
Isn't that what you use in your mashed potatoes usually?
Yeah. I just enjoy it. Dude, a classic.
Nutmeg.
Well, fresh grated.
Yeah, just a couple nutmeg pulls on there, you know,
Those
if you have it.
Nutmeg and Gruyere really do, like, people don't think about it because they think nutmeg and cookies and gingerbread.
And then-
We're on eggnog.
Or an egg.
Yeah.
It's-
Jenna wants to know if there's a difference between using white pepper versus black pepper.
So the difference is essentially white pepper is just aged less than the black pepper,
Oh, really?
but
So it turns black from aging?
yeah,
I didn't know.
So it's not as sharp
But-
or not as, like,
like it's hard to.
put it into words.
I feel like black
'Cause
pepper
it-
is like spicier, like richer, heavier, where white pepper is like, it's still funky, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you're going to be hard pressed, like, without like a super developed palate, to just be like, there's definitely white pepper instead of black pepper in
Gotcha.
this. But,
So if you don't have white pepper, you can rock with black pepper and it'll be fine.
yeah, I don't know. And then there's green peppercorn, which is like the fresher, unaged version, right? And that is going to be like a slightly different flavor, but you're not gonna. It's another one of these, like, it's a nuanced thing instead of. A lot of chefs will do the white pepper in white stuff, so that way you can't see it
Ah, gotcha.
in. So chefs will finish like a cream sauce with white pepper, so you don't see the pepper in it.
Gotcha.
That's kind of the big use case for it. But
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're all definitely different.
they are,
Yeah.
but it's not.
What are you doing over there?
I am gonna line my pan with a little
That is
parchment,
really smart.
so that way I can just kind of.
I usually just do it with scissors.
So I can just dump it out once it's cooked.
I usually just don't
You
do
would
it.
do these things on the camera.
Oh man.
I would appreciate it.
Well, it's just easier on the stone.
Yeah, I know.
So
But nobody can see you over
we
there.
took the parchment, put the pan on it, trimmed around the base. I'm gonna put it in here just to make it,
So it slides right out when you're done.
just so I can run the knife around the edge and then dump it out.
Extra insurance policy for it not sticking in the bottom.
Yeah, and making it easier to clean. That's so smart.
Yeah, and I'm using the skillet. You can use
Like a casserole pan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to bake this in a casserole pan.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I'm baking cakes. I always line the bottom with a little bit of parchment, so I know that it's going to come out without tearing.
I remember the time you came over and I was making bread, and I said, "Why does it stick?" And you said, "You did not put parchment at the bottom, did you?" And I said, "No, I did not."
No.
And since then, I have learned.
It's the rule.
It
just makes it easier.
it's simple. It's a
It
simple,
is simple.
rule.
Takes 2 seconds and it's awesome. A little more salt.
I didn't put any in.
Oh. That's why you taste your food, right?
Yeah.
And the onions just go on top?
So I'm using the spring onion with the radishes.
Oh, gotcha. They're
That
not
we're
going in
gonna-
here. Okay.
Start prepping that here in a second.
I'm excited to see whatever this creation you're doing it tastes like. I've never seen it before.
What's that?
What you're doing.
It's the first time ever.
Cool.
Oh, I'm starting to smell the meatloaf.
So you're going to leave that like light and fluffy, or you're going to push down on
We're gonna
that?
press it in.
Okay. You want it solid.
Yeah, I want it to
Okay.
kind of cook together. So that way when we slice it later, it makes,
Oh, come out like a cake.
yeah.
Gotcha.
This would have been a really cool thing to do at the restaurant. I could see you doing like a big sheet pan of it and like cutting it out in rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would have been awesome with
And then
steak.
you would get to eat the center, the extra parts, and not
Oh, when we had
You
gratin
gotta
on
pray
the
to-
menu.
That was the best day ever. There would always be gratin scraps in the kitchen. It was great.
Oh man.
Cool. Yeah, so this was about 2 pounds of potatoes grated, mixed with roughly probably 10 ounces of cream, 6 ounces of cheese by weight that I grated, and then seasoned with the white pepper and some salt. And the starch from the potatoes, once this cooks together, should be enough to hold it. So,
That's going to be GBD, Gold Pound Delicious. isn't it?
yep. So I'm gonna just throw this right in.
It's too bad
Beautiful.
you don't have some extra cheese for the top.
I could put some parm on it. Nah, we're good. It's gonna be fine.
So in the 400-degree oven.
400.
And
Which-
meatloaf's been in there 10 minutes?
We have. I'm doing 400 here. I would start at 400 at home. If it starts to get a little dark, you can turn it down to 350. Our oven just does not work 100% right. So
Very few home ovens work 100% right. So
Yeah, well, we kind of noticed it when we were doing like baked goods because something just, nothing ever quite turned out right, or things would like rise and then collapse. And I know that I've already like foolproofed all of my recipes for altitude, so that wasn't the problem. So yeah, we realized that it was after buying an oven thermometer close to like 50 degrees off,
yeah, it was 50 degrees
Oh,
off.
wow.
up or down.
down,
Under.
under.
Oh wow, that
So-
makes a huge difference.
Well, what it was doing, it was like it. If you set it at 350, it would hit 350 when you set the oven on. But once you open the door and put something in, it never went back up again for some reason. Like
Even when
thermostat like stopped working
Because it was
at that
already
point.
set.
Yeah.
Even when it said it was 350, it
Yeah.
would be at
That
300.
sounds like a manufacturer's warranty issue.
There's a calibration thing, and I added 30 degrees.
And it's been
Nice.
a lot closer now. I mean,
Yeah.
like we still occasionally have some issues at like higher temperatures, but I feel like the normal 350 range has been doing a lot better since you
But
calibrated.
Normally we aren't dialed into our ovens like that.
Cheers.
No, you just wind up thinking that you can't bake, and it's not really
Why
your
is the
fault.
outside burnt and the inside not even cooked?
And that's the other thing that's screwed up that I didn't realize, or like till we moved here, and that with altitude, everything you have to cut your leaveners in half here. So if you have like baking soda, baking powder, and something, you need to make sure that you take half of that out because all recipes are set for sea level. But the box cakes and the box brownie mixes and all of those things are still set
Oh, there's
the same
nothing you
amount of
can do
leather.
about
Nope.
it, right?
Nope, you're like guaranteed to fail.
So is it too fluffy or it falls down on itself?
So we have lower air pressure here. So the problem is that when you use those leaveners, there's less resistance up here than there is at sea level.
Sure.
So they rise really fast before the proteins in your eggs and your flour set, and then they collapse in the center.
Oh,
It's also why you see your
interesting.
cookie spread all over your baking sheets.
Hmm.
Just the leavener's active too quickly and stops doing what it needs to do before everything like holds its
Everything
shape.
else kicks back
What a
in.
those
Interesting.
radish are beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
They are gonna be great. I'm
There's
just
a
gonna
happy spring.
yeah, happy spring, really baby radish.
Oh, they're so
They're gonna be
gorgeous.
sweet. They're gonna be super tender.
I didn't even think we were gonna find these at the market already. I'm pretty jazzed that the farmers already had them.
So I'm just pinching
We
off
had a
that
pretty
root,
some mild days.
We did.
pinching off the root, and then we're gonna. These are really dirty, so we're gonna get these washed. But
You said rough and ready for these?
yeah, rough and ready. They're up off Highway 66.
They are really dirty, but that's the best part. I mean, you know, they were just
It's almost like they came from
quick
the
wash
dirt.
station. That's it.
Probably not even. They probably picked these when it was cold out. Skip the wash and
Wash your own.
or like bunch them and then hose off
When
the
do
bottom.
you start working as a farmer, chef?
22nd.
I'm so excited for you.
It's gonna go full circle in the food system.
I
Yeah.
think that's amazing.
22nd of April.
Yep.
Yep.
Coming up
Sunflower.
pretty quick.
Coming up.
Nice.
And then he's going to be the head farmer. So Marcus Buckhawley was a chef, and then he became a farmer. Andrew Nowak with Beauty Table Farm, same deal. There are a lot of
Skokin.
Skokin.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the Venn diagram is like very almost a circle.
Be careful.
Because you get sick at the kitchen, you're like, I'm going to be out in the field by myself when it's 1,000 degrees outside.
Well, you're
Since-
already used to it in
Well,
the
we're
kitchen.
used to the
Right?
heat.
But there's so many people. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
way.
As long as Patrick can have the big old barn where you can store old cars and stuff like that, then
That's the dream.
he'll do anything.
Get about an acre or two and have a huge garden and just cook cool food with it. Sounds awesome.
Slow food,
Sounds
fast
like
cars.
Yes.
Slow food, slow
Did
car.
you guys
Yeah,
listen to
that's
that?
right.
So those old cars are slow. By
They are
today's standard.
slow. Yes. I like slow food, slow
Unless
cars.
you're
better.
Massimo, then you figured it out.
So how are you washing these? Are you kind of doing it like how you wash leeks?
Yeah, we're
just
just
like dunk them all in water and let them sit for a minute. And
put them in
then-
the water. All this mud and sediment. You can see some of it's in the water, but a lot of it just sinks.
Can you go like more mid cutting board for me?
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you. It's okay. Just want everybody else to be able to see what you're doing
They
here.
really
Yeah.
are the cutest radish I've ever seen.
These
So
are
are you gonna
the.
do like a second pass through?
So these are going to be the Easter egg radishes. So they have this color. They have a purple and a white one.
Oh, cool.
And when they like bunch them together, they kind of look like little Easter eggs.
Never heard that. I want to Easter egg.
I thought they were breakfast, but they are not.
The breakfasts are these other ones. I think.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I see them.
Yes, we will. Some of those
But
beautiful
these,
little babies
you
here
just
in a
we're
minute.
gonna leave. We're leaving the tops on. We're gonna leave them whole. And we're gonna saute them up just like this. So
Nice.
And
I love that.
the greens from radishes are really, really healthy.
And they're so
Super
good.
healthy.
Yeah, you can just cut them off and saute them, and
yeah.
or if
I
you
got-
want to be fancy like chef over here and plate them with the tops still on.
So these are because of the rain we had before
Nothing
they picked
too good for
these.
Ron and Jody.
They were already super hydrated. So the second I put that in water, it split.
Wow.
So
It looks like it's smiling.
it's great.
Almost looks like you might need to do a second pass through with that water.
No, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like that, but it's fine. I've
Okay.
done this a ton. That's not going to be gritty.
Okay.
Eating a sandwich on the beach.
I mean, there's definitely been times where things have been a little gritty, so
Yeah. That's
Well, I
fine.
feel like the radish greens have like a natural, like, it's not a grit, but it's more like an not earthy. There's a texture to radish green.
Yeah, it's definitely a little firmer than like spinach or something. They're almost a little bit spicy. They're not like spicy, but like peppery spicy.
Yes.
Yeah, I love to save the tops from anything like
Yeah,
this
see,
or beets.
see,
or,
that's all the
Wow, look at all that dirt.
dirt.
That local dirt.
So we'll rinse it out and then
Shouldn't we put that back in the field?
right in.
So he knows that. So Ron will be like, "If you want to use this for your plants," and I would. He'll totally use that for my plants.
Yeah, you can water them and
Right.
give them dirt at the same time.
Exactly. Outside dirt.
No. It's just not quite warm enough to start planting everything yet.
and
I'm
yeah.
dying to.
These are the breakfast radishes.
They're so cute.
So again, we'll just pinch off the root.
Flavor-wise, what's the difference between the Easter eggs?
These-
Pretty close.
These really small, they're gonna be just really sweet.
Okay.
The same.
Yeah, some of them are pretty spicy.
Yeah. And these can get that way. Like the breakfast radishes don't typically, but if you get them big enough, like if you forget about them in the field or find some a little later.
So
They
later
can.
the seedless and radishes are a little bit more spicy.
Yeah.
Now, is a breakfast radish and a French radish, are they the
Yeah, these
The
are
same.
French breakfast radishes.
French
so.
Oh.
I remember last year, speaking of French radishes, you guys did the butter radishes on the menu.
They were so good.
Whipped butter with salt and radishes. And
Oh, I remember those.
So simple, but so good.
that's all you need.
You get good cultured butter, like European style butter that's high butter fat. I know, I hate that the butter company that we used to use went under because they had the best butter.
Well, let's put a call out because I just had a snail ask about goat cheese.
Dairy's
right.
hard.
There,
I mean-
it's processing. It's very
Yeah.
difficult.
It's just so expensive.
We need to modify those restrictions.
Yeah.
But that's for another show, for another time.
Yeah, it's frustrating though, because I would love to have more like local dairy, but I mean, it's hard for them.
Yeah.
Seen
And
a
then
lot
if
of
you
people
create
come
it,
and
you
go.
can't sell it.
No,
So it's all
a lot of red tape.
for another show.
Yes.
Nice. Same deal. Just get them in, agitate them really well. Sometimes the greens will roll off.
Yeah, it's exciting to know too that the farmers are starting to have like their stands open again.
Yeah.
That has been sorely missed.
Yes.
I mean, Patrick and I really stick to like eating locally, so it's been really boring for a really long time. Not boring. I mean, he always makes good food, but it's just
Limited.
limited, yes.
So the people that are watching and doing this at the same time, are they dialed into their local food system and markets the way we kind of have learned how to be dialed into?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think we've probably got a little bit of a mix of people that are interested in shopping local and maybe don't, or that sign up for CSAs, or maybe have never messed with any of this before. So I think everybody's kind of at different stages and hoping to welcome them to the conversation on that and
Yeah.
help them source these things and know what to do with them so that they can enjoy them more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my niece because I want to get more of my family who are more on the East Coast to dial into these conversations. And I sent that to you, her Pittsburgh CSA, which looked amazing.
It
I would
looks
love
awesome.
to learn more about what other people are learning from their CSAs.
Yeah, and some markets have so much already available
Yeah, I mean, in other growing climates besides ours,
For sure.
or like in full swing with spring produce. I mean, we're way behind everybody else. Shankini was asking if we know of any Sunday stands. That might be a good Jody question.
Usually Cure is open on Sundays. Cure Organic Farm. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of as of right now. And then, of course, Golden Hook for meat.
Yeah. I don't know about Sundays.
Oh,
Saturday,
Sundays,
I feel
wait.
like-
But Lafayette Farmers Market will be opening on Sundays.
Oh, that's right.
And
that
then
starts in May.
Moxie in Lyons is going to have a farmers market as well. So there are two that are coming in May.
Awesome.
Great. When's Moxie start? Do
I
you know?
think Moxie's in, I want to say the 22nd in May, and Lafayette is real soon, isn't it? Like next couple weeks?
I think it's like the first week of May. I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
I have a computer in my hand.
Yes.
I will look.
My computer is over the stove right now.
I got
so-
you. I got you.
And then the other one's recording everything.
Ooh, man. This is going to be a long live stream.
Why is that? Meatloaf was a bad choice.
Well,
Or
between
maybe you shouldn't have made it a gigantic loaf.
well, no, it's between that and the potatoes. It's just going to take a while.
It's fine.
So Lafayette Farmers Market opens May 4th, and it will be on Public Road in Lafayette.
Well,
Let's
Nice.
see what Mariah said for Lions.
sweet. So you can see these. They put these out in the field probably, I would imagine, in like the late fall, early winter. You can see they have a little frost damage on them.
Mhm.
But,
But they're still good.
oh yeah, I'm just going to trim that off. And
Those are your spring onions?
yeah, so they've been around, but just now getting big enough to eat. Because a lot of this would be either in the ground through the winter and just like a little bit poking through.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it starts getting warm, they really start to shoot up.
Very quickly, too, like in a matter of weeks, they can get
Yeah.
pretty big.
Not as fast as asparagus, but asparagus you could literally watch grow.
Yeah.
Like
it's
how
wild,
fast
yeah.
it like comes up.
If you've ever watched those time-lapse videos, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know if Speedwell's open on Sundays? They're
Usually
kind of like a
it's
self-serve.
pay what you like. It's the self-serve type of situation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they are open yet, but I'll find out.
They are.
But the Lions Farmers Market at Moxie opens 5/24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Speedwell actually just said they opened this week. I saw them make
Oh,
a post
fantastic.
about it on social.
Oh, great.
They also had a baby.
Yes.
Like so
Mel
many
and
babies.
Cody.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
So cute. Yeah, so Shankini Speedwell might be another option for you too if you're looking for Sunday goods. I'm not totally sure on their hours, but it's usually self-serve, so probably not an issue. But
If they're stocking it.
if they're stocking it, yeah,
Olin
that's the-
Farms open on Sunday?
Mm-mm,
No.
only Saturday. But that would be a good thing to add to our Slow Food Boulder website is to add that information on.
Yeah.
We're all
Days a
sipping on
week.
Manhattans in here, so
Yes.
Oh, Made with a Rye from the Rye Resurgence Project.
yes.
Dryland Distillers. Batch 1.
Yeah,
Cool.
and it's really good rye. It's delicious.
Well, it's actually a cover crop. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did I love it?
So it's a secondary market for farmers in the San Luis Valley. And it helps with water conservation and climate.
Nice. Love that. Love anything you can do to cover and rotate or
Yeah.
Absolutely. It makes a delicious beverage. as
Especially if
well.
you can
Yeah.
distill it.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's
So you'll wait to do the radishes for a little while, right?
I'm gonna
Until-
wait until basically everything's done.
Okay. Because it'll only
Because-
take a couple minutes.
You know, radishes, if they get overcooked,
Yeah.
they can get. There's
Mushy.
still like, you know, little sulfur in them, and they can become. We're just gonna be doing
Oh,
a quick.
Not tasty?
We're just doing a quick saute on them.
it's like boiling Brussels sprouts.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's sulfury when you overcook it, it just turns
Yeah.
into that bitter, just mush. It's so bad.
So these beautiful green onions that we got.
You're doing like a super thin slice, almost like a chiffonade kind of on that.
Yeah, we're just slicing them down. I'm gonna put these in a bowl.
So what would be the difference between this and like a scallion?
See, that's where I would get, and I would see sediment in the, like a leak.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I
That's
have
what
with
I'm
leeks.
checking for.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's the thing too with that, like if you take leeks and soak them in a bowl of water like you did with the radishes and just let it sit for a couple minutes, all the sediment goes to the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Just don't stir it back up, like scoop the leeks back out of the water with your hands. And sometimes I'll do a couple run-throughs on that depending how dirty they are, but that'll get all the crud out of it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Gonna
soak
soak these
these.
puppies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a leek and a green onion?
What? It's just a
Or
varietal.
like a scallion?
So like scallions, they grow like this, and that's what they are. These onions,
Like spring onions?
like if you leave these onions in the ground, they're gonna turn into this.
Like an actual onion.
Oh, really?
These will turn into something like this.
So why do farmers pick them now then? Do you know?
It's to thin their crops. Mostly, it's crop thinning to make room for the bigger product.
Gotcha.
Now, Olin Farms always has, a lot of local farmers have, the Egyptian walking onions.
Oh,
That's a
so cool.
completely different varietal because it will
Yep.
reseed itself because that's why they call
So
it
they're
walking.
walking onions.
Hi.
They grows like bamboo.
Yeah,
They just
walk along the field.
So do they have like underground root systems
Yeah.
then, like bamboo, or
They
they
run
like
off-
spread out?
they run shoots, and they just call them walking onions because you could literally plant one and then see another one pop up 5 feet away. It's pretty cool,
That is
So-
and they're delicious. I mean,
But is that like invasive?
it could
Like
be.
to the point where like once you plant it, is it like
Exactly.
mint where once you plant it you're just screwed?
No, I don't. It's not like mint just takes over beds and like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, never put mint in the ground unless you just want it to take
And lemon
over.
balm or oregano.
Yes, agreed. Lemon balm's crazy too. We had one tiny little plant at the restaurant that turned into like this enormous bush, and it gets bigger every year. It's crazy. It always comes back.
Always. Now something like pineapple mint, where you maybe want it to take over,
Why would you want it to take over?
because it's delicious.
But it's definitely not regional.
No, but there's only so much mint you can use in something.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I use a lot of it, but
Yeah, the mint at the restaurant is no longer your problem.
Nope. That is in that bed for
or the
good.
cottonwoods, or the
Yeah.
Squirrels.
squirrels.
Those squirrels weren't too bad. The ones at our house were terrible.
The
Our old
bunnies.
house. Yes. The bunnies. Yeah. Usually around Mother's Day, a mama bunny always has babies right outside the back door.
The oven's magically holding at 400.
Yeah, ever since you calibrated it, it's been behaving itself again. So
Great.
So how would you calibrate an oven?
We put an oven thermometer in it,
Okay.
and then on this specific oven, if you hold the timer button down, it pulls up a thing where you can add or take degrees off of your temperature.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we added 30.
and that seemed to be the right amount.
Yeah.
So far, it's working.
I think that's a really good idea. I think
I
need to
guess
do that
that's
with my
their-
oven.
My cakes have stopped collapsing in the middle, so that makes me really happy.
That's their tolerance, plus or minus 30 degrees from the factory.
Gotcha.
Well, now I know how to punk you guys. I'll come over here and I'll recalibrate it. in the
Put
other
it
direction.
30 under.
Yeah.
I think will be 70
the
degrees
heck?
off.
It would take you weeks to figure it out. No, I'm just kidding.
Lots of ruined desserts.
Oh,
I wouldn't ruin desserts.
no, it's not fair.
Your
Oh,
pineapple
it
upside
smells so
down.
good. I hope everyone else's meatloaf smells this yummy.
I see that.
Yeah, so now we're just kind of hanging out and waiting. I mean, the potatoes are bubbling around the edge, but
Cheers.
Yeah, now's a good time to pour yourself a drink.
yeah,
Put your feet up on the couch.
hang out with whoever you're hanging out with.
For the chef and
Yeah, and we're like,
I'm okay.
you know, it'll be nice when it's peak season because right now we could make a fun salad or something to go with it. But there's just not
Well,
enough around yet.
You got some arugula the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, but
I got a bunch from Wild Spring.
I'm talking about like veggie salads, you know.
Yes, not your traditional salads. Like you probably shouldn't use the word salad for it.
Yeah, you're right. Cold dish.
Yes.
Asparagus with green goddess and soft eggs and
Cool.
I know that's definitely confused people a few times, so
yeah. Well,
I know
Cool.
you're excited for your asparagus. I think that's probably your highlight of spring. Mine's definitely rhubarb. I am so ready for rhubarb.
I love rhubarb.
Pastry has not had anything in a really long time. Like other than jams that I preserved from the summer, there has
Yeah.
been no fruit, no anything. It's just been very boring in pastry land. So
well,
I
you
can't
got
wait.
you can use California citrus a little bit. It's not local, but it's still like, you know, it's solid domestic fruit option.
Yeah.
But any berries or anything, even if they're domestic right now, are just not great.
No. Jenna says she has garlic chives that are flowering right now. Is there anything
Nice.
she can do with the flowers?
Yeah, so if you try one of those flowers, it's gonna taste like garlic. So I like to use them a lot on like vichyssoise, which is like a chilled potato soup. I would I'm straining my onions. I'd put them as a garnish on soup. We would, you know, they're gonna be spicy like raw garlic or onions, so use sparingly, but they're good on.
Would you saute them up or anything like
You
that?
could throw
or
them right
just-
in and saute them. I mean, they lose some of that like presentation, but the flavor is still great.
Sure.
I mean, they're nice. You know, if you get some sashimi grade fish and do a little oil and citrus squeeze, and then just put one flower on a piece of fish and eat it. Oh,
Okay.
so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was like a shaved turnip carpaccio that you did once.
Yeah, I did. That was
Oh,
good.
that was really good.
Yeah, it was such a pretty plate.
Yeah,
too.
we took turnips and shaved them, put them on a plate. I did a homemade mayonnaise. I forget what was in it, but it was like orange. And then we dotted that, and then had like the garlic flowers and picked fennel fronds, and maybe did a little dusting of chili or something on top. I don't know. This. So spring onions cleaned, done. Radishes are clean. So put some garlic chopped up. Have a sip of cocktail. And
So the spring onions are going to go with the radishes.
spring
right?
onion and garlic. Yep.
Okay. And you'll cook the radishes first and then add the onions a little later or
Nope,
all together?
We'll
All
do
together?
butter with the onion and garlic. Kind of get that a little in there, and then toss the radishes in, and because these will cook. These will take like a minute.
Okay. I thought
Like
they'd
it's
take
a-
longer. Yeah.
It's a very quick. I don't want them to be, because these are great raw. So what I'm really just trying to do is wilt the greens.
Gotcha. Warm them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So before you go too far off topic with
Yeah.
flowers, what's your rule with edible flowers on things?
So I didn't order them. Like I didn't use them at the restaurant typically, other than for desserts.
We had edible flowers on things.
Not a ton. I'd get them in for desserts. I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't,
We grow them out back.
yeah. If you have them around, I wouldn't necessarily like spend money on them.
Well, where I was trying to prompt you to go was not putting the whole flower on there, but pulling the petals off because nobody
Oh.
wants to eat a whole flower. Do you do that with chive blossoms and garlic blossoms?
No,
You, like, pull them
they're
apart?
so small.
Okay.
They're like,
I thought that was like the purple chive blossom.
they're tiny.
Okay.
And these are super spicy. As I was saying, they wouldn't be.
Okay. What, the radishes?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
So I've made a chive blossom vinegar before. Would you use that mother from the apple cider vinegar to help make a chive blossom
Yeah.
vinegar?
What do you use?
You
a white
like that
wine?
because I saw your eyes. Goes, yes, that sounds.
Now, if you actually made the vinegar from like wine or something,
No, from chive blossoms, like the because
what'd you soak them
Yeah.
in water?
vinegar, like apple cider vinegar.
Oh, you started with vinegar.
Yeah,
So
it's
then
just you infused it.
Yes.
So you
there
wouldn't
go.
need you
Thank
wouldn't
you.
need the mother for that.
Oh.
The mother you would use if you were starting with a wine,
Or apple
like
cider.
like
Yeah, it's
actual wine. So if you were to do cider, you'd have to mix in vodka because you want the alcohol. How we would make it? It's like it's called a Slavic style vinegar, where we would take. We would skip the alcohol making process. So we'd just add a local vodka, like that was made from like a local potatoes or something. So that way the alcohol was there, and then you add the mother,
Oh,
and then the
okay.
alcohol consumes
It eats the mother.
sugars in the fruits to make acetic acid.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
So is the mother like a yeast or is it like a SCOBY?
Yeah, like
or
it's a SCOBY-ish
SCOBY.
starter kind of.
What is that considered? Not a yeast, right? Not a bacteria, but
It might be a combo of the two. I don't know.
I think it's a pre and a probiotic, so it does a little bit of both.
SCOBY is so weird. So cool.
They
It's a
look
little
crazy.
freaky. Yeah.
Well, I'm snacking on a radish. What's the problem? You guys want to try one?
Sure.
Why not?
As long as they're not spicy.
They're
I'm
spicy.
kidding. I know. I was kidding.
They're spicy.
So one of my favorite things is radish and peanut
Grazie.
butter. Have you ever had radish and peanut butter as a snack?
No.
No, I
Mm.
didn't
It
even know it was
is.
a thing.
An amazing snack, and when I would teach kids nutrition, radishes are polarizing, and if you put radish and peanut butter, it's kind of like celery and peanut butter, but it's got so much more deliciousness to it. Like it kicks the bite out, and it kind of makes it creamy.
Kind of like the butter, maybe even. with the
Yes, very
radishes.
much so.
Yeah,
But
something with the fat.
Prepared tahini.
yes, hey, you get it.
So good. Cool. I'm gonna cut up garlic really quick.
Wow. Makes sense.
Shankini said don't forget about Hawkeye turnips too.
They're
So
great.
good. They're probably one of my favorite turnips.
That was my first taste of spring right there.
Yeah.
Taste of spring.
So
Yeah.
nice.
I know. That's kind of like what's exciting about the spring onion too. It's just that first thing that's not heavy, starchy. Like, I don't know. It tastes green, so it like automatically tastes fresh.
Now I got it in my throat.
Yeah, they were spicy,
No, that was not spicy.
but it's okay.
I'm off.
It can also be dependent on the seeds too, because they could cross-pollinate depending on if they were in the fields with different varietals.
Oh,
Especially
are they
if
like
it's
peppers?
like Spanish radishes or something.
Is it like when you plant your bell peppers next to your jalapeno peppers and then all of a sudden your bell peppers are spicy?
I think it's something like that.
It's a mean way to get a surprise.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We
She's
got her.
allergic to
You got her,
radishes.
dude. That spicy radish.
Try a little Manhattan.
So how are you chopping the garlic
some
here? Are you just kind of like slicing it? I missed all of that.
Yeah, we're just slicing it up as thin as I can.
Okay.
I smashed it.
So it's kind of like somewhat chopped, somewhat not.
Yeah, I just smashed it and then sliced it.
Okay.
That's it. So that's gonna go with the butter and on the radish. And where you're Oh man, the gratin's getting brown.
Nice.
The meatloaf's at 93 degrees, so
What are we
it's
bringing it to?
150.
150. Oh yeah, for ground meat.
Yeah.
Make another round.
150.
I did bring.
We're over halfway there, so. And it went in at what? 10 till? 5?
Sure.
Yeah, it's 5:20 now.
I think it's
How's
been 30
everyone else
minutes.
doing that's streaming?
I don't know.
Probably been at least 30 minutes. Probably been more than.
I don't know. It's fine.
It's all time, man.
It's going to be great.
So what are y'all's favorite spring vegetables? What do you look forward to most? Or spring produce? I won't even say vegetables, but what's your first thing of spring that you're just like jazzed about?
I don't know.
I think it's for me, it's a breakfast radish.
Really?
And now that I get a winter CSA, the last one we had like pak choy and spinach and all kinds of yummy greens. But I feel like the breakfast radish is awesome.
Yeah, we're going to get the winter CSA this year.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, Wild Wellspring's the only one I know of that has an
I have-
overwinter one.
I've never heard of anyone else doing it other than Chris Ann.
Which what a great idea.
Yeah, got no competition.
Well, when I
And
was
you don't have to sweat your ass off in the field all
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
when I was talking to her about it, she's like, "Yeah, it's pretty great because the greenhouses in the winter are perfect
Yeah.
temperature, and then I take off when everybody else is working."
And she's a and she's a potter too, so she's very cool.
Yeah.
Super smart.
Yeah.
I love this.
I like asparagus, but to be honest, like it seems like the past few years in Boulder County, asparagus has gotten better. Like before, it was just not so super.
Like not good tasting, you mean?
Well, and it was, I don't know.
Well, we would
I
get
can't put my
ours. We
finger
would
on
get
it.
ours from the San Luis Valley always.
Okay.
They,
Is that the Kiowa?
no?
Oh,
No, they are northwest, like
Okay.
they're by Green.
Ours were southern
Iowa?
Colorado where we would get it. I wish I could remember the farm's name, but they would do purple and green, and
Okay.
it was always so good.
Yeah.
Now the green's almost pointless, or the purple, because it turns green when you cook it. But
It's kind of like the purple carrots. Make me sad.
but
Brian said for spring onions, they have wild onions growing on the site where he's working right now. He said they're everywhere.
oh wow,
Should he err on the side of caution with those, or
I
jam
don't
on
know.
it?
I know nothing about wild onions. That is out of my realm.
Google would probably be a good.
You know.
Or maybe AI,
yeah.
ChatGPT or Grok.
Don't let it lie to you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do lie sometimes. Shankini, for Aspen Moon, I don't think they're open on Sunday, but I know that they definitely have a farmer's market, like a farm stand. I think usually they're kind of weekdays, like Tuesday through Thursday or something like that. And then Saturday, they're usually at the farmer's markets.
Yeah, it all depends on the time of the season, their bandwidth, and what's available, because they do like source from other people.
Yeah.
If you don't have their newsletter, like that's my recommendation for
Same.
everybody. Just sign up for everybody's newsletter.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you. They'll be like, "We're open. Please come buy from us."
Yes. You're probably far better off with the newsletter than you are with the,
Our conversation.
or even just being on social media.
Well, even if you go to their
It's a
website,
50-50 shot on
they're not
social media.
always up to date.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Like there
Oh.
are some that posted last November.
Yeah,
Their
Instagram is the
hours.
best because, like, with Cure, because Ann is really reliable, and when she's open, she'll tell you. Like, she had some extra flowers this week, and it was really the weather was terrible. She's like, "There's an honesty box for these flowers,"
Yeah.
which was so cute.
Wait, does Aspen Moon have a CSA share for winter?
Oh, they have a fall CSA,
Fall
and it
CSA,
usually
okay.
ends like beginning of December.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I know I follow them, but I can't remember. Brian said he heard from coworkers' experience that there is a nasty counterpart that gives you GI problems, so you must take precaution when harvesting. I would
On
say
the wild onions?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Ah,
might be a good idea to just source it from your farmer.
I'll do some
Yes,
flashing
especially
here.
if it's a construction site, Brian.
Russia.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all
There is
of
no
that.
telling what's going on there.
Yeah. Is he in South Carolina as well?
He's
North
in
Carolina,
North Carolina on the
like
intercoastal.
Virginia border,
Where everything grows.
where everything grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, they live in North Carolina, and they've got everything coming up out there now too. I do miss that about living in the South, just having that long growing season.
It's
You just don't have to wait as long, and everything grows there, and it's just that was nice.
year-round
I
markets.
never got used to
Yeah.
that. So
There's always something.
yeah.
Yeah, here you just have a dry spell for a few months, but it really makes you appreciate eating local and seasonal. Yesterday felt like Christmas morning to me.
It's gonna be good.
With like, the
I don't even
markets
care if
opening.
it was snow because
I don't either. I'm fine with it. It just means that there's things here again. Thank you.
Yes, some variety that's
Yes.
local, full of flavor.
Sweet.
Yeah, it just
Smells
means that we're
great
not far away. It
already.
does smell really
Oh
good
my
in here.
God.
it does
Now the-
smell really good. I hope everyone
Well,
else's
the
kitchen
potato
smells just
and
as
cheese is
delicious.
starting to come through
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can smell the Gruyère like that. I can actually smell like the brownness,
Getting
like that crispy.
Oh, it's browning in there.
Mm.
It's funny how you can smell colors.
Yeah, yeah.
I can when it's I'm like, oh, I gotta go check my bread.
I've noticed that with wine too, though. Like, you'll smell something and be like, oh, white flowers or yellow flowers or purple flowers. Like, I don't know why. Like, I won't tell you specifically what flower it is, but it's that color just by the smell.
I can definitely do that with hyacinth.
Sometimes when I'm cooking, I can smell the black when it's cooking.
Sometimes.
For me, there's
Pittsburgh.
a specific smell when you're making caramel that you know you're in big trouble. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you can just.
Or when you look over and it's just smoke,
yeah. Little
I've
too
definitely
far.
done that. I've definitely caught a pot of caramel on fire before
and you're just
too.
like, it was this close to being done, and I looked away, and then I forgot for an extra 10 seconds.
Yep. That's just like when you're boiling cream and milk.
Oh yeah, boil over instantly.
You'll
Yeah.
wait and wait and wait.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, the whole thing's coming out of the pot all
Yeah.
over.
It's like
Stove.
chocolate. Can't fix it
No.
as much as you want to.
So we had a chat today about a chili relleno class that we're gonna do.
Oh, nice.
How excited are you for pepper season?
I love.
Can't
I
wait
love
for all of it.
When they're
Summer?
roasting the peppers at the farmer's market right
And she was
there,
like,
that's
"Well, we
nice.
need places for
That is
people
my
to roast
favorite thing in the
the
world.
peppers." I'm like,
Especially when
"Okay."
it's just starting to get a little chilly in the fall, and the
So I-
peppers are roasting outside in the market in the morning. And you're just
I would
like,
pre-plan for that, and I will take a little thing of Malden salt to the market with me, and I will go and buy a bag of peppers
Just salt
and
start
literally
eating
just
it.
salt them and pull them out. And eat them.
nice.
It's-
I think you need a video of that for this year.
yes.
Well,
Pat-
he doesn't
couldn't-
know that
I
you
couldn't
know
wait.
that he's
I would just
doing
like,
the
I need a
same
bag of
things.
those right now, and I just like pay for them, pop
The
it open.
poblanos, would you do that with, or any of them?
My favorites were like the sweet roasting peppers they would do.
Oh yes, like the Jimmy
I love
Nardellos.
the sweet ones.
Yeah, Jaynards like that.
Oh, Jaynards.
Oh,
That's the chef term.
Jaynards.
Not the Jimmy Nardello Italian frying sweet pepper.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sweet frying
words.
Italian pepper. That is exactly what it is on the Arc of Taste.
And
It's
they're
like
so
18 words.
I'm about to lose the battery on this camera.
that's okay. They're probably all gonna die today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shut it off for a second and then cut it back on.
That's okay. What
Well,
are you flipped on?
do
The
you want us-
overhead? The stove light?
Yeah, well, I guess it decided to switch on to me. Shit, nobody needs to watch that.
It's okay. See the behind the scenes action over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I should
We've
be
never done a
filming
live
this.
stream this long. It's a good thing
The
I had a
steak
backup
one,
battery ready
so
to
the
go.
tomahawk ended just now.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
You probably should have made your meatloaf smaller.
well,
And
No,
that's when she
no, you
left
should
to
not
go
have.
run to
No,
the
don't
dinner
listen to her,
that we were
Patrick.
having.
it's fine. I mean, it looks incredible, so. And guess what? We're at 118. The potatoes are probably almost done. I mean, we're close.
Cool.
Just in 15 minutes, it's gone up another, what, 20 degrees?
Sure.
We'll be done soon.
Ice, it doesn't
You need a big
Oh, I'm
one?
off.
You have a cube.
No,
You want a big cube?
no, it doesn't necessarily need to be big. Just extra.
Oh man, I can smell the cheese in those potatoes now.
Yeah,
More
so
than I could
good.
before.
Mm,
Oh, it smells like caramel and cheese.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It smells so
I hope
good.
everyone else's kitchen smells just as
I
amazing.
really do. It's nuts in here.
No, it's cheese.
No.
That meatloaf's looking pretty brown though.
everything's looking great.
Brian said this is an extended episode. It's the meatloaf special.
Yeah.
there you go.
So here's this. These are done.
Ooh.
Yum. Oh yeah. That's not gonna make me sad.
You didn't want to get a little more
Beautiful.
color on top?
It's done. So
Okay.
I mean,
How do you know it's done?
I tipped it
What's the temp?
190,
Okay. Yep, I would say that's done.
and nothing's boiling anymore. Like you can see the moisture's cooked off. Like it's nice and
All the crispy edges.
crispy edges, and the starches will be nice and cooked off. It's hot enough.
So if I had a cast iron, or if you had a cast iron, would you use same for that kind of a dish?
Same. This is an enamel cast iron,
Mm-hmm.
but same deal. I
Okay.
would have just put the parchment in the bottom, and
Yeah,
Now
like I
we'll-
said, insurance policy.
Yeah.
we'll let this kind of hang out here. And
That way you're not sitting there scraping everything with a...
So you want that to cool down and gel up a little bit? Is that
Yeah.
the idea too? Right.
yeah, we want it to set a little. I don't know how it's going to come out. I've never made this, so
Because my mouth would be burnt right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I would take a spoonful and
Be digging in.
hear it sizzle in
Yeah.
my mouth.
there we go.
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
The whole top of your, roof of your
yeah.
mouth is like peeling off.
There, we'll make it worse. We'll put it right there.
Why are you putting it there where nobody can see it now?
We can smell
Whoa.
There's no cameras, man.
Well,
it. That's for me.
well, can we put it over here?
Yeah.
How's that looking?
That's
Smell
great.
vision.
Looks awesome.
The smell-o-vision's cranked up.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
should
almost
be.
smell it just by looking at it.
All right, I'm hungry. Hurry up.
Yeah. So I have to ask, how are we like gonna have to rest the meatloaf once it comes out, or
No.
do the standard resting rules not apply to this?
Nah, we're good.
Not when the Popmas are here.
Is that because you don't want to wait, or legit?
I mean, legit, you don't like something like this. It's not like a whole muscle piece of meat kind of deal. The meat's ground up, and like a lot of the juices are just gonna be on the sheet tray.
Mm-hmm.
So, is everything dying?
Everything's dying.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep the batteries going.
You're fine. How much more time? Like 15 minutes?
Maybe.
All right, then you're good to go. Well, at least from Lisa's phone conversation.
Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about melting my phone this time.
Joke's on you. We're gonna do
Oh,
it.
right, we are gonna do it.
That's
Never
why you
mind.
get insurance. I'm off, so I'm just gonna give her the commentation.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it'll be nice when we can fill in the gaps with different cold dishes and all that fun stuff. So,
Oh, it's gonna be so nice.
It's nice when you have too many options.
And yeah, it's almost gonna be hard at that point. We might have to do like 2 live streams a week.
yeah, which is fine. Especially when the CSAs are just full of like 10 vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Whatever.
All
It'll
of
be
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan on doing a ton of preserving this summer. I've mostly wiped out my reserves at this point, so definitely ready to make some more jams. My favorite is apricot vanilla jam, like right in that 3-week window that we have apricots. I think that, and then the plum raspberry that I made at the end of the season last year was probably like my top 2. If I like could only put 2 in my fridge, those would be it.
Yeah, Jody made a great mixed berry one last year.
I did, and I actually won a ribbon at the Boulder County Fair for
Nice.
my apricot vanilla jam that I
Amazing.
made one year. Yes, so I'm very proud about that. I got
The ribbon
Grand
is still
Reserve
hanging.
Champion,
Awesome.
whatever that means. But I hang it where I keep all of my preserves. But that was the last time I won it.
I have
You
a-
should submit something this year.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So
I will send it
you
to
guys
you.
let me know when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a book called Jam Session.
That's great.
Aptly named, but it's probably my it's my go-to for making any kind of preserves
You know,
over
I'm
the
looking
summertime.
on the bookshelf for.
I'll bring it
jam
over
session.
here. They actually have a carrot and ginger jam, which is really
Ooh,
good.
Yum.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have blue ribbon preserves and the ball. But see, I think you have to use like the ball book to submit because
Okay.
you know people are weird. Oh, I've never seen this,
yeah, or I'll put it up here really fast for anybody
Jam
that wants to see
session.
it. Yeah, like my favorite book of all time, though. Like I use that
one. I may have
probably
to
more than
borrow
anything.
this.
The recipes are really creative. The flavor combinations are super fun, and like there's just stuff that you never would have thought of making into a jam all throughout. So yeah, Brian, the plum raspberry was insane.
It's so good.
It was a total accidental thing. I had plums that were going bad, and I had a basket of raspberries going bad, and I'm like, I need to do something with these, and I can't do much else. So threw them in a pot and boiled them together with a little bit of rose, and
Ooh.
wow,
oh, nice.
just
I did that
amazing.
with plums and grapes because the person that gives me all the grapes, how many pounds was it this year? 23 pounds.
Jesus.
And I had like 3 pounds, like very little plum. So I think I labeled it mostly plum grape jam. So good. If I
Yeah.
haven't given you any.
I did with Maryland's grapes last year. I made like Welch's grape jelly, but with her grapes.
What
It was-
grape varietal is hers? I've asked her before, and I can't remember
I
what
don't
it is now.
remember.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, from Squeak and Squawk?
Yeah, they're
you
like
can you can eat them. They don't, and you can eat the seed in them and everything.
they're almost like the size of blueberries,
Yeah,
and they're like
they're just
they're so
Oh, that
good.
sounds like a table grape. Like that, I think that's the one we had. Was just
I thought they were Concord from Calabrese.
yeah.
Yeah, these
Single
aren't
estate.
the ones I'm talking about aren't Concords, but yeah, I love Concords.
The
too.
table
They're
grapes
great.
seem to be sold around here quite.
But is it 2 years in a row you've made that grape jam from Calabrese's? Came out so good.
So a friend of mine, I don't know if you've met him, but he helps to start the Colorado grain chain. He's had grapes for many, many years, and he's never done anything with them. The raccoons got them.
Oh no.
He's like, "Do you want these?" I said, "Sure." And I was like, and
That
now
was
I'm
the
on
beginning
your
of the end.
three, and now I'm on your three
The
of sure.
bins of
sure.
But it's a great way to just, and then I gave the leftover grape seeds and stems and stuff to Sunflower Farm because I did it right before we did our event.
This guy is
for the pigs.
For
Or?
no chicken.
waiting for the meatloaf to come out.
Rufus is?
Yeah, he's literally like right here.
You can't have cooked meat, dude.
I can't see
You
him.
can't? You
What?
can't?
I can't see him. He's too short.
I wish we grew enough
the
cherries
overhead?
out here
Oh,
to make
you got
cherry
him on the
jam.
overhead?
Mobley would do that same thing. Sweet
He
boy.
said, I'm not interested in my chewy anymore. I gotta.
He's laying on the mat in front of them.
Some- I think you made the cherry
Football.
mostarda, didn't you?
It's
Yes.
so good.
Oh, I make
Every
that every year. If you can't tell by all the stains on the book.
And the fact the book is creased right
Yes.
here.
That is also one of my favorite ones. So good.
See, I need to make carrot jam because
Carrot jam.
I get
Sounds
overwhelmed
weird.
with carrots towards the end.
Yeah, I got
Ow.
carrot and rhubarb too.
Mm.
Wait till the rhubarb's out.
Oh man.
I love
In
rhubarb.
here?
The one I made was carrot and ginger. So you would like puree whole lemons and oranges together to get like the pectin, like the pith and all. And then throw ginger in there with like shredded carrot and sugar and just cook it down, and it's just fabulous.
I
Yeah,
want that
sounds
right
great.
now. I don't know what it is, but it looks like something I like.
No, that whole book is just phenomenal. Huge fan.
130,
Brian must be younger
20
than
more
you.
degrees.
Is your brother younger than you?
2 years, yeah.
Because he said fire.
Well, he says fire.
Sometimes. Not often, but
No,
that's not even.
you say fuego. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I do say.
Fuego, that's hilarious. I like
He's
Fuego
just,
better.
That's just chef fancy
Cultured.
speech.
Or the fuego McNasty.
The
That's the
Fuego
other
Mc-
one.
The Fuego McNasty.
He's really excited about it.
That's hilarious.
Peach lime salsa jam. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like I said, that book is awesome.
Fire.
It's fire.
Fuego.
McNasty. Or
Are you
McLovin.
loosening the?
How about Fuego McLovin?
I think you're getting hungry.
Who?
You.
I think we are.
I'm just ready to eat. This is gonna be really good.
Oh man.
And I have currants growing in our yard, and I've never used them, and I'm going to do it this year.
I love.
You have currants with
I
the
do.
spines on the plant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're the best and worst.
I've also been in school. I've also been in
bleed
school.
for
I'm going to do it this year.
It's like picking gooseberries.
Dude, they're
Oh.
It's the best worst thing.
Or juniper berries.
Well, what did she
Yeah,
make here
they're
that's stuck
just
together?
tiny.
I did enjoy that. We had them right outside the back door of the kitchen, so I'd go pick a bunch of juniper and put them in stuff.
Yum. Just imagine if we had our farm property. Just go do all the things out there.
Well, this is nice. So
Have
yeah,
dinners
this
on the
will.
farm and
Cool.
That looks awesome.
Well,
So you're gonna flip that onto something, you said?
right on this cutting board,
Okay.
and then we'll have the big reveal. As long as it doesn't just.
Yeah.
because you didn't put your egg in there like you were
I
supposed
didn't use
to.
egg, but it's also really warm. I didn't think it would need egg with all the starch.
That's why you have the time delay, right? So if it's a disaster, you can cut it.
Ah, no, we'll put it in. We'll show it
No,
off.
it's live cooking. All the triumphs and failures all here live on YouTube.
All here, whether I've made it before or not.
Here for everybody to see.
So,
Well, do you want to saute your radishes then? Are we close enough on the meat or?
the meat was 20 degrees off, so it's pretty close. I mean, what, 15 minutes?
Well, how long is it going to take to saute your radishes?
2 minutes?
Why did you leave the greens on them?
On the
Was it-
radishes?
Yeah, was it to make them look fancy when you played them?
No. Because it's delicious.
Okay.
Delicious, nutritious.
Yeah. You don't have to cut them off.
And
Brian said no
fancy.
TV magic.
Nope, no TV magic
No,
here.
It's raw and filtered.
That's why the meatloaf takes an hour.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have the other one that you pull
Other-
out. That's
yeah.
like,
Just
hey,
ready.
and this is what it'll look
Put
like.
one
in
in,
an
pull
hour.
one
Yeah.
out. Just be like, here it is, and everybody'd be like, wait, what?
Well, then people can't cook along with
Nope.
us. The whole goal here is to help them cook along with us.
Yes.
I mean, this is like that great kind of time where you just put it in the oven and forget about it for a little
No,
while.
this
you
is
know?
a nice, simple meal. You could be sitting on the couch with this in the background right now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next
And
time you.
just sit down with a glass of wine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
I'm
Or
trying
a
to see if
Manhattan.
Or a Manhattan.
Or a Manhattan.
This
Or
is
both.
works for you.
bookshop.org. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. What,
My
my
new
favorite,
favorite website.
bookshop.
Bookshop.org.
What is
It's
that?
a nonprofit bookseller.
Oh,
Slow Food uses it,
very cool.
and
Hmm.
I'm trying to.
So is it like used books or?
I think it's all new, but they have direct contracts with authors.
Okay.
Cool.
And I should have asked for your Wi-Fi, but it's on there now, so I won't complete it. 'Cause I need this in my life.
All right.
Oh, I
Well.
was gonna say if I had my phone, I can airdrop it to you, but I.
I'm
don't
using
have
the
my phone.
same pan that I just seared the meatloaf in. I'm not worried about the little bit of,
It's extra flavor.
yeah.
No, that's the best.
That little piece was so good.
Yeah,
So-
you made everybody
That'll be the
super
next
hungry.
thing. It's like little meatloafs.
That's what we should have done instead of one big one
What, made
broken.
meatballs?
You could you could have done individual.
But shape them
meatloaves.
like loaves, and then we have little pieces of bread where you can
Oh,
slice
like
it,
Rachel
make
Ray
little
used to do. She makes
sandwiches.
you make meatloaf muffins.
Yeah, we could do individual.
Which in-
muffins?
They never worked. They probably would have worked
Put
out
them
for
in
you.
muffin tins.
That was
I've
a
never
Rachel Ray
seen
thing.
that.
That was a Rachel Ray thing.
Be fun for parties.
It would be.
Yeah.
Be good for live streams.
So you take this meatloaf recipe,
Said the
you
director.
put it in a mini muffin pan, and you bake it. And
It's
then
ready
You put
in
it out for a party.
15 minutes.
Look how cute.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making this at home, your meatloaf, it was 2 pounds, it would be done by now.
What?
So-
Oh my gosh.
I just had to make a 4-pound meatloaf, so.
You just wanted
For
to press around.
leftovers, yeah. Well, he knew I would eat 2 pounds.
I told you. This eggplant conserva, like the best thing ever.
And I love eggplant like nobody's business.
Again.
Moroccan candied
Might
eggplant.
have had it once or
You've
twice
made
at the
candied
restaurant.
eggplant at the restaurant.
Yeah, it was
Do
from
we need to
this.
put like a
I
mark on there?
remember your candied
It's like-
eggplant. It was so
I've lived here for
good.
6
People
months or
would
7
like
months.
raise an
and I still
eyebrow
get
when
it.
like, we would put that on the menu. I'd be like, oh no. You trust me, you want to eat that. It's so good.
It's marked.
Don't skip it.
I know
They
you
have the
moved here
picture.
from Minnesota.
I know,
to
mine's like
Colorado,
that too.
you
But
like
it's
this.
Yeah.
it's just me cooking for 20 years commercially.
I think we can take it apart and switch the knobs.
That's what needs to happen.
Just a little cross wiring.
Pull this panel up and just
It'll
switch them over.
be easy.
Yeah.
With your experience with the Miata, you can handle that.
He's pretty handy when it comes to fixing mechanical things.
Custom modification of the stove.
And order new labels and put it so
Still
people
has to
don't.
fix the wiring that the bunnies chewed through in my car.
That's this week.
Oh,
My
no.
air conditioner.
That
That's-
happened to Kubi's car.
Yeah, though there was one little rabbit, I bet it was him, that was hanging out when it was like negative 10 degrees out there, outside of my car, and
Crawled up in the engine
crawled
bay.
up in the engine bay.
Had a little wire snack.
Ooh, they're delicious. You just like
Delicious. We had a pet rabbit that would eat a lot of wires too.
Patrick opened the hood to like check the oil once, and the rabbit was in there.
He's
Scared
just
the
hanging
crap
out.
out of him.
and be like, wham!
And he, no, I was like, dude, he jumped out over the side and ran away. He was probably stuck up there. I bet when we went for a drive the day before, went for a ride with us.
Oh.
He's been like, oh shit, I
They
made
probably
poor
went in there to get
choices.
warm and then couldn't get back out
I think he was just sitting up there and then got hungry and started snacking.
on wires.
Energy.
Little hot pepper on the cables, or I guess, I don't know. BB gun.
Oh, are you cooking over there? I didn't even
Yeah, look how golden that butter is.
Oh, it's so pretty. And I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about that when I was making our cake. Just we're so used to using like farm fresh eggs that have like the really deep colored yolks and like freshly ground flowers. Like I feel like our baked goods are a completely different color than some of the ones I see on
Do you get your
Instagram
eggs
for
from?
that reason.
I get my eggs from Maryland.
we
From
actually
where?
Maryland.
Squeak and squawk.
Oh. Nice.
we sometimes get them from our neighbor if we happen to like get out there before everybody
Okay.
else grabs them.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes we have to go to the store. It depends.
Well, hit her up. She leaves them in her fridge out front.
Awesome.
A lot less expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do love the rich color. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Just like even the texture of the yolk, like it's different.
And they last so much longer too.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's pop up practically, like defy gravity. You know, the yolk. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm making ice cream, I do like a custard style. So like I use a lot of egg yolk in that, and basically make a creme anglaise, and then
It's time for a new wooden
turn it.
spoon.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I know where you can get one of those. Jacob Springs Farm.
Oh yeah, the.
Remember? Like they're made out of an actual tree in Africa.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They were really pretty. They were some good looking spoons.
What's the carbon footprint of getting tree from Africa?
I would
Yeah.
assume I assume his oil and honey, and there's more of a connection there than just like ordering it from Amazon.
Okay. I believe it.
I guess.
Knowing Andre.
Cool.
Think of all the money he saves because he doesn't
Yeah.
buy shoes.
I could have done that.
Uh-uh.
That's good. It's not good?
No, it was actually better before.
Oh no.
However it was before, it was, that's fine.
As long as you can see.
I get my eggs
Well, I couldn't see
from,
like half the pan, which is why I
so
got up.
Brian, your brother gets his eggs from a coworker.
Oh, nice.
It's like night and day, and it is absolutely.
Your coworker have a farm or something?
He will answer.
I like to get my eggs from a chicken.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's up there in like the farmland and boony kind of area.
Oh, those onions smell so good.
They do. And it's cool to support your neighbors that are doing that kind of stuff,
Oh,
yeah, I
right?
agree.
You know, like,
I mean, you're getting a better product anyway. It's fresher. I mean, anytime something doesn't have to sit on a shelf or in the back of a truck for a long period of time, the longer something's out of the ground or maybe out of the chicken, I don't even know about the egg part of it, so I won't speak to that, but especially with like produce, the longer it's out of the ground, the more nutrients it loses. So,
Yep.
yeah.
if you're getting to eat it fresher, closer, you're getting a better product, period.
Right.
Well, and with eggs, as soon as you wash them, that's when the clock starts ticking. You can keep eggs unwashed forever.
Yeah.
It's like a tomato. You pick a tomato when it's still warm, and then you cut into it, and
Look
it's
how
like
pretty.
practically feel its heartbeat.
Yeah, no, it's a totally different experience than
Yeah,
picking
my
up
gosh.
something from the grocery store shelf. Brian said he has his own chickens on his property.
Oh, nice.
He feeds them bugs and vegetable scraps, you name it.
Dude, that's...
That's how they do, dude.
That's the best.
They're great garbage disposals.
Dude, chickens and pigs
Yes.
are great for
Except for the
us.
pigs can't have the onions or garlic.
Pigs cannot.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
All right.
Other than that's where my
Let's
oh,
see
let me
if
see.
let's see if this just explodes everywhere or if it holds up a little bit.
Beautiful. Wow.
Take
Nice.
the paper. Oh,
Look at
Look
that.
at the steam too.
That's amazing.
there we go.
I didn't expect it to be that good. I thought it was going to be a mess. I thought you'd be like, I'll be back after I change my shirt.
Came out great.
Yeah, it looks
It did.
awesome. Wow.
Losing the battery on that one
So,
So just a little salt and pepper in there?
spring
or-
onions,
Spring onions.
and garlic, and
And
then
you
we're
had
just butter and salt.
Like 2 tablespoons of salt, right? I mean, sorry, butter.
Yeah, 2 tablespoons of butter.
So why butter instead of oil?
I just like butter.
Just the flavor? Yeah.
Yeah, I love
got
butter.
it. Okay. I love butter too.
And the
He's from the
thing-
south.
Nice thing about butter too, though, is like it's got the milk solids in it. So like as you're cooking that and the water starts to cook off from everything, those like little bits kind of start to brown, and you just get that extra little bit of flavor in there. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, butter's on another level. You don't get that
That
from
looks
oil.
awesome.
Like I said,
Perfect.
we are not
It's the Maillard.
like these are really good raw, so I'm not even trying to like. The greens are cooked, so I'm shutting this off. They're done.
Just barely cook them then. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
you
wilting.
Have
the-
that on for like 2
I'm
seconds.
wilting the greens on these. That's all I wanted to
Okay.
do. The radishes will be warm, but not like. So if you don't,
Mushy,
if you
soft.
like your vegetables like not crunchy, keep sautéing. But
You want to have a little texture. You don't want them to be mushy.
yeah, it's. Then we'll pull this meatloaf. Should be pretty close. We can plate. Wow, almost 2-hour live stream today.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a big one.
I
It's our
did-
longest one yet. Thanks for hanging in there with us, guys.
Did-
Yeah, if you're still hanging out, hopefully you've had a couple glasses of wine.
We got 11 people hanging out with us right now. We're doing
All
good.
right.
Yay.
I brought
Broke
some
the
wine. I'm
record.
going to open some wine up.
Yeah, I think it's time to open wine.
Got a little Cabernet Sauvignon.
Jokes on
Want
us,
a decanter
guys.
for it?
Jokes.
Well, it's up to you. I'm not sure we need one, but
Okay.
What's that?
A little decanter for the cab?
it's a 17, so maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would say that's in the range of probably wanting to give it a little air.
Yes.
Wine snobs.
17.
Oh, yum.
That's already
16 and a half for me.
It's already 7 years old.
Jeez.
8 years old. I don't know. It's crazy.
7.5.
Oh yeah, guys.
I'll put this back.
Chef, are you having some wine?
I'll have a little.
I'm good. I will have a sniff of his.
Okay.
I do want to go out to California with you guys, Sonoma area.
We've
and
had-
We're gonna do the wine
I know we've talked
Yes.
about
We're
a
gonna do the
lot,
wine
but
tour in, Western Slope in August.
Is it August?
If it's on a weekend.
Yeah. And it's first, second, third, and it does not impact Sunday.
Cool.
Gooby wants to,
Well,
but I cannot.
I'm cool if we do. We can be if we do something on a weekend. It's fine. We can pack the kid up as long as we have a place.
That would be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could find a place. Totally.
I can't go.
Yeah, I would
because
love to
have
take
something
Faro at home, like on the road once in a while. I think
Can
that'd
we
be
do
fun.
the first one?
We're doing a pool party edition at y'all's house.
Yeah.
We'll win. We just gotta put it on this calendar.
So, once y'all's pool is open. And
It's open right now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's heated all winter long.
nice.
But the heater works intermittently.
Well,
All right.
So some meals like you'll turn it up to 400 and then you turn it down, but this one just 400 all the way through. So gets a little more crispy on the outside than if you did it like 375, I imagine.
that
Not a big
25
deal.
degrees really.
Doesn't do a big difference. Yeah. Okay.
Now, if we did like 450, now we're talking like
Crunchy.
get some
Yeah.
nice bark, you know.
Yeah.
This feels like it's at a really nice temperature too.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to smell like Gruyère.
Temperatures in ovens and like what I like to cook at. It's usually like hotter than lower.
Right.
Like if I roast a vegetable, it's at like 500 or 550.
Caramelize it quicker, pull it out before it gets too
Yeah,
mushy.
it gets some caramelization, and then the inside is still got a little texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
What's fancy pants?
You.
I'm not
is this
fancy
camera
pants.
still going?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to, right before I have the other one on the charger, so right before you go to plate, I'm gonna switch batteries out real quick, but I'm gonna let this one get a little more juice before we
Okay.
do that.
So I know it's a restaurant thing, but like a lot of times when I'm cooking at home, I'll pop the plates in the microwave.
That's
Right, so
hot.
it doesn't steal
That's hot.
all the heat out of it. It is hot.
That
isn't
is
it?
the only trick he's got.
It's not the only trick. I take them out of the microwave. That's the other trick.
Okay. These guys used to keep them either right above the
We'd keep
oven
them
or
above
right
the
above
range.
the range.
Right,
or
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen chefs put them in the oven too.
Yeah, if we have to. It's just if you're really busy, it's easy to, because we keep the ovens at like 550.
God, I would forget about it and burn my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, don't
Well,
worry.
we don't-
They've
we don't
Put
burn
them
our
in the
hands.
oven. Yeah.
But we
cook food on those plates.
you leave a plate in the oven too long and you try and put sauce on the plate and it's boiling. And you're just like, nope, that is way too hot.
That's when you put down like this one's hot, and everyone has to touch it.
This
They're
is
like,
not the
yeah.
place.
Chef says this is hot.
Yeah, hot's not even the word for it. Well, and then you put it down on the table and somebody's like, oh, I'm going to touch it.
It's thermonuclear. You just got cancer touching that plate.
Where were we at on the meat?
We're at it looks amazing.
It smells amazing.
It's at 145.
You said 150.
So you could pull it and like carry over heat, right?
145 is like pork. The pork is good. It's the beef. But that doesn't really matter, right?
So I'm usually like, oh, 145. Try to get it to 150. Next time I look at it, it's a 170.
Yep,
I'm like, great.
that's how it goes.
That's
That-
a hot tub, this one.
That happens a lot too,
Yeah.
especially when you're really busy and in the weeds.
I mean, it's fresh Buckner Ranch meat, so it's not like it's...
I mean, it looks
Ooh,
insane.
Switch my
It
camera.
does look insane. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
So,
It's weeping.
I mean, I'm fine with this. It's going to be.
So with the Buckner meat sale now, do you order in advance and go pick it up, or do they
No.
have the weekend thing?
Just show up.
Just show up. Yeah, somebody's there all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been over it. Jody usually orders and it gets delivered somehow, right?
no. Yeah, well, back in the day. But yes, they are now up at 66th and I-25, right?
Yep.
Well, then I think, are they going to be at Olin every weekend now?
Or is it every other week?
Every Saturday or every other Saturday?
Whenever they have their farm fest.
Who was
We saw them this
selling
weekend,
This
right?
weekend.
Yeah.
The Buckners were at Olin this weekend.
Yeah, we saw their.
Yeah. That's why we.
But that should have been him because I said, oh, I was trying to see who was emptying the trailer. And I was like, but I had
Kirby
homework
and
to do.
Chris.
I had homework to do. I have to focus. 1 month. And I can tell you that it's 1999.
Hey, you're not cutting that over there.
I'm not?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think we should need more cameras. We need more cameras and a director.
Yeah, well, he just loves to do everything off the camera. It's
Well, you know,
not
it might
very
be helpful too if you had like a little
He's had a Manhattan.
monitor up here of what everyone else sees, which helps him understand.
Well, that looks amazing, Patrick.
My
It
gosh.
came out great. I mean, I've never made anything
It's
like
I have
this.
a
So
question.
firm.
So when you find a quote-unquote recipe like this, or is this something you imagined and you wanted to make? Like, where do you look for recipes?
So I get inspired by looking through cookbooks, but I don't want to make the exact thing that's in the book. But sometimes it's like an ingredient or just, I don't know.
A craving.
What I
yeah.
like to do is look through stuff, and then one little thing will be like, ooh, I should do this with this. And sometimes, I don't know.
I do the same thing with pastry,
It's
honestly.
so let
Sometimes you
me-
just need that little bit of inspiration, and then you just make it your
Yeah,
own.
and that's why I loved having the menu meetings with like all the cooks in the restaurant. What? That's why I had the meetings with everybody at the restaurant, because it's like, even if you don't have the ability to make a complete dish, like somebody would say one little thing, and then it just like in my head, I don't know.
Boom.
Oh, I know
blows
exactly
up.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I might not do that with food, but I do that with other things.
That potato looks fake. It looks so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Seriously, look at that.
That's nice.
That's food porn right there.
Cool. So then, honestly, I'll probably put the slice of meatloaf on the potato up.
Oh,
Still blurry.
I don't know. It's never not.
you could
gonna
serve
be
it 4 different ways.
Still blurry.
Play around with it.
So we'll.
Those are so pretty. I love the purple with the green.
Thank you. Changing the battery like messed up the the
Yeah.
focus.
It's all good.
That is spring. Oh my gosh. And I will say that a million times. That is spring on a plate. That is spring on a plate for the next 30 days.
All right. Now,
But living in the moment is important.
let's see. I gotta get this. You know what? It's gonna be super tender. I'll slice it right on here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What's up? Does this look good?
Yeah.
I don't think I quite need half of that.
Let's do a nice little.
Gosh, that is beautiful, Patrick. Wow.
Do a nice little in cut here for this plate.
Definitely not your grandma's meatloaf, you know.
So, no, I mean,
Can we bring
There
a
we go.
piece home that-
so slide that around.
Patrick, nice.
Wow. You get all the nice diced vegetables, the bread. It's all there.
Mm.
Well done, sir.
So,
Now I kind of wish I didn't eat before I came here.
yeah. So anyway,
Thank you, Patrick.
guys,
Beautiful.
hope you enjoyed this stream with us today.
Sorry, it was a long one, but thanks
It
for
was a
hanging
long
out.
one. The end result's going to be incredible.
Everybody stuck it out with us, so
Yeah, but thanks for being here. If you got any value out of this, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, helps us get all this out to people who it could benefit. So, yeah, but enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your food if you made this, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers. Thank you.